Ladies and gentlemen, citizens and stakeholders, step beneath the circle of 12 golden stars. Welcome to the European show, where every crisis arrives with a summit. Every summit produces a statement, and every statement announces the urgent need for another summit. Once upon a treaty in a continent of scars, they built a house of compromise beneath the crown of stars. Commission at the center, parliament in debate, council behind another door, deciding everybody's fate. Von der Leyen takes the spotlight, calm beneath the glare. Green Deal banners overhead, competitiveness in the air. Messages and contracts become courtroom refrain. Transparency goes dancing while committees ask again. Draghi brings the diagnosis, Europe must compete. Another stack of sober pages lands beside our feet. Simplify the rulebook, strengthen every wall. The paperwork grows lighter by producing more paperwork for all. Welcome to the European show, where the banners shine brightly and the engines turn slow. Welcome to the European show, 27 directions and nowhere left to go. Regulation walks the tightrope, consensus cracks the whip. Competitive misses juggling while investment leaves the ship. And somewhere in the grandstand a citizen softly sighs, who exactly voted for the person running this surprise? Borrow warned the garden of the jungle at the gate. Then Europe learned that history does not politely wait. Ukraine burns beyond the border, ammunition promises fly. Every capital discovers sovereignty when bills arise. Strategic autonomy printed proudly on the sign. American security beneath the European design. By Europeans speak European independence on parade. Then phone Washington discreetly when the darker cards are played. Michelle rings another summit, leaders take their chairs. Unity photographed beautifully beneath exhausted stares. One veto, two vetoes, bargaining till dawn. Europe speaks with one voice once everyone agrees what voice is on. And now, esteemed taxpayers, our internationally acclaimed attraction, the revolving door of responsibility. When something succeeds, European solidarity. When something fails, national competence. When nobody knows, subsidiarity. Please applaud. The terminology was extremely expensive. Metzola calls the chamber while the lobby badges gleam. Democracy in daylight, influence behind the scene. Qatargate left sequence scattered underneath the parliamentary chair. Everyone discovered ethics once the cameras found them there. Migration deals are written where morality meets shore. Human rights in speech is border bargains by the door. Values are indivisible except when gas is running thin, and principles become remarkably flexible at the hinge. Farmers bring the tractors, industries count the cost. Berlin fears the factories, Paris mourns what has been lost. Brussels promises transition, cleaner, smarter fare. The worker asks who pays for it. A consultation fills the air. Welcome to the European show, where ambition climbs high and implementation stays below. Welcome to the European show. Every 5-year vision needs another 5 to grow. Climate is the lion tamer, trade policy the wire. Defense is learning urgently that peace still requires fire. The orchestra plays Ode to Joy. The ushers lock the gate. Europe has discovered that history does not regulate. Lagarde watches flashes numbers underneath the Frankfurt Dome. Rates rise, rates fall, while mortgages find their way home. North remembers discipline, South remembers debt. Every euro crisis buried leaves a forwarding address. Yet digital sovereignty arrives in legislative dress. DMA, DSA, AI rules promise order from the mess. Europe writes the rulebook while the platforms build the stage, then congratulates itself for regulating someone else's age. Chips, axed batteries, hydrogen, strategic plans unfurled. Europe wants tomorrow manufactured in its world. Washington prints subsidies, Beijing builds at scale, Brussels launches a consultation. Why are European champions pale? Do not misunderstand, the circus is not collapsing. It has established a high-level working group to examine the perception of collapse. Still the strange old project somehow stumbles through the night. Half bureaucracy and bargaining, half stubborn appetite. Born because the continent once learned what borders cost, now terrified of choosing which comfortable illusions must be lost. The scars remain above it, though the paint begins to crack. Every crisis pushes forward, every election pulls it back. Not empire, not federation, not merely common trade. A magnificent machine nobody quite admits they made. So commissioners, take your places, parliament begin. Council, close the curtains, let another summon in. Every failure gets a slogan, every warning gets a plan. Every plan receives a framework, and the framework gets a scan. Welcome to the European show, where everyone has sovereignty until they need somewhere for blame to go. Welcome to the European show, the regulatory superpower with geopolitical vertigo. Values on the high wire, budgets underneath. 27 smiling ringmasters with disagreement in their teeth. The lights remain magnificent, the orchestra plays on. The strategy arrives tomorrow, the deadline has moved on. Ladies and gentlemen, please retain your tickets. The next crisis is already included in the price. Welcome to the European show.